Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has declared war against the challenges affecting the country's crude oil production and further calling for collaboration between stakeholders in the oil and gas industry in the fight. Now, the Group Chief Executive Officer of the NNPCL Limited, Mr. Melekari, has revealed this during his keynote address at the opening ceremony of the 23rd Nigeria Oil and Gas Conference and Exhibition in Abuja on Tuesday. Now, he stated that a detailed analysis of assets revealed Nigeria can produce 2 million barrels of crude oil per day without deploying new rigs, but the major impediment is the industry's inability to act promptly. Now, according to him, delay in procurement processes is also one of the huge challenges in the industry. Well, the group CEO of NNPCL, Melekari, he also declared that with Nigeria's current assets, okay, I think I stated that we can actually produce 2 million barrels of crude oil daily, and this is possible. That means there are so many other possibilities that we probably are not aware of until we're actually told. But you know, Nigerians are not only interested in the possibility, we're more interested in actions. Like he said, we have an issue with acting promptly when there's something that should be done. What is your analysis of the NNPCL, especially now that they have said that they are out to fight? They're declaring war against the challenges that the sector is facing concerning production of crude oil.
Sometimes when I look at Melekari, the MD of NNPC, I laugh. You are in Abuja declaring war against those in the creeks. It's funny. It's funny. Because everything boils down to the host communities that are producing crude oil. Now, since the the Petroleum Industry Act was enacted by the National Assembly, what concrete steps have they taken to ensure that they involve the locals? Crude oil pipelines are passing through my community. In fact, the oil well is just maybe 1 kilometer away from me. And you say you are waging war in Abuja. Eh? I mean, you will lose that war.
You said you haven't done anything to include the locals. What happened to the percentage that the PIA states for the host community?
And that is what I'm saying. The host community should be properly involved. It is not just through pronouncements. The host community should be involved. The chiefs who wield a lot of power in their domains should also be involved. Today, even the derivation fund paid to oil producing states, that fund does not trickle down to the oil producing communities. It does not.
That's back to the question. Are you indirectly saying that the percentage for host communities in the PIA have not been paid them?
No, it has not been paid.
Since the enactment, are you very sure of that?
No, because government is battling with, establishing a framework. You establish a framework. It's through the local content board. Government is battling with establishing a framework. By the way, when you want to pay that kind of money, what the Niger Delta, for instance, needs is not cash. Cash is not. We need enablers like good roads, good roads, power supply,
drinking water,
clean water. These are the things. It's not as if you go to the host communities and give the people money. The chiefs will embezzle that money. So we expect a situation where this so-called, is it 3% or so,
yes,
will be given to the host communities, and this will be tied to projects, good health centers, where doctors and nurses can function very well. Power supply. I tell you, if you go to some state capital, take a good example of Bayelsa State. If you go to some state capitals in Nigeria, there's no light. I know that till today in Bayelsa State, not up to 45% of the population, I mean Yenagoa and not other places, enjoy power supply for 6 to 8 hours a day. They don't. So, again, for NNPC to succeed in waging that war, already they have given a surveillance contract to bodies like Tantita Securities, which is headed by Tompolo and so on. These people should be provided with up-to-date equipment to survey and monitor the Niger Delta region. I know that as they are doing this work, there are other people who are jealous, who are not happy that this work is in their hands, so there must be sabotage from here and there. But again, when you look at the issue of oil theft in Nigeria, oil theft cannot take place without the big men up there, because the small men in the creeks do not even have the resources. How many militants can buy a seagoing vessel, a barge? You see, we are talking of hundreds of millions. So talking about waging a war in that sector to increase the production level to 2,000 barrels per day, it is possible. But the approach of the federal government is the wrong approach.
What is the approach you expect? I know you already talked about the 3% that's for host communities should go into infrastructural development,
yes,
hospitals and basic amenities that the people actually need.
Yes.
What else do you see as the actual steps towards the fight?
Let's assume that our jeep is operating in my community. All the workers here are from the east, from the north, and from other places. There is no community man who is a staff of Ajib. They are in my community.
You're not making an example. You're actually saying something.
You now look for the way to employ some of the youth of the host communities. Then they will take care. They will protect their property. But the situation where most of all the staff, or if not maybe 99% of the staff, are from other places. When there is any oil blowout, you have Atlantic blowout. When there is oil blowout, when there is oil spillage, they don't care. It is those living in that immediate environment that are highly impacted. As we speak, in Nembe, Atio, that's the name of an oil company. You see, most of the oil installations are old. Some of the pipes have ruptured. And that is why the issue of oil pollution, oil blowout is becoming very frequent. So another solution the NNPC should provide is to ensure that they liaise with these oil operating multinational corporations to revamp some of those ruptured pipelines. Some of them are not a product of sabotage. When any time they say there is a crude oil spillage, there's always sabotage. It's not. Some of those pipes have been there since 1962, 1963. And they are rupturing.
All right.
They are already old. So something has to be done.
Okay.